thank you.
Oh.
So do you. So do you. Okay, so we're going to start at the beginning. For how long have you been an actress?
I've been an actress about 25 years.
Okay, that's a long time. And what kind of acting studies did you do before resetting yourself?
Well, I'm from Montana, so a lot of acting studies were online. I did get involved in a group that met a couple times a month for 3 or 4 years, and we practiced there. We had a coach and just a lot of reading and doing, you know.
Okay.
I started out, part time, so it wasn't until 2.5 years ago I went full time
Okay.
and committed. You can't really put a foot in and out and be
Right.
successful to the level I wanted to be. So, and then a year of that was COVID. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And did you go when you started acting, did you do an acting school?
No, I just did the studio and I did some lessons in person and then I just studied on my own because like I said, Montana didn't have a lot
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, yeah. But I like how you say I just did the studios and classes in person and studied by myself and then joined a group. That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay,
I was
so
on fire. I was on fire.
yeah. And so what made you um decide that you want to reset your instrument?
Something about your course just drew me, just the truth of it just drew me to the truth of it.
Okay.
Because we know that our instinctiveness is where it's at. And when we're fighting that, it's so uncomfortable. And then that reads to everyone else and it doesn't read real to their truth
Yeah.
to say, oh, well, yeah, this feels good in my truth.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. And so what was your general experience of auditioning or acting before you reset yourself?
nervous. Self tapes, I've had to self tape mostly from Montana
Mhm.
because we just didn't have a lot of access to in person. But yeah, I would say nervous and unsure of myself,
Mhm.
second guessing.
Mhm.
Do you want to hear the flip side of that right
Yeah.
now, or are you going to ask me that?
So now
Okay.
I want to know. So then you reset yourself for a month, and you
hmm
get your instrument to you focus on resetting yourself to be free and instinctive. And so, well, first of all, I want to know how was that for you to actually reset? How was the experience of resetting yourself? Because some people have it really hard, some people have it really easy, some people in the middle. How was it for you?
It was challenging in good ways.
Mhm.
It wasn't hard because I was embracing it, and we take the responsibility on ourselves to the level that we go. And there were things challenging. I never posted a live video before. That
Mhm.
was a hard hurdle to go through, and especially being as vulnerable
Mhm.
as the exercise calls for. So that was great. And I didn't understand those exercises. And they were weird for me. They were weird for me. But I said, I don't know everything. And then I kind of just made it with my twist, like I would just say, okay, God, come in and do this with me. And I would do it. And then afterward, I saw how much some of those exercises freed me up in a way that now I can feel what I'm feeling. When before I wasn't feeling what I was feeling.
No,
It
you
wasn't
were.
me coming here to here, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. And then you said something that I wanted to touch on. I have that all the time.
So do
I have
I.
a thought or I hear something and it gives me a thought, and then when I want to open my mouth and say it, I'm like, oh, it's
I
gone.
have to write it down.
Oh my God. Yeah, I used to sometimes take notes when I was doing the interviews because I was like, I don't want this to happen all the time. And then I was like, no,
Yeah.
I want to be present. Yeah, well, I'm present. What? Okay, it might come back later, but
Okay.
what you said was that just give me the key words of what you just said, then we'll get it back.
Okay. I talked about truths and then I talked about I was nervous when I did auditions and
You said something about the
not comp
exercises.
oh, the exercises. Later I saw, huh?
You said you didn't understand the exercises.
Yes,
And
yes,
that's a great point, because none of these exercises are going in a direction that your wiring
yes,
has gone.
yes.
They go counter conditioning. So you come as a free human being, you come to this world, you're like, all open. And then conditioning goes, okay, let's close everything and make sure you fit and please.
Mm-hmm,
And yeah, you can be part of society and
mm-hmm.
behave like other people want you to behave.
Good
And these
point.
exercises take you the other direction. So everything in you will go, whoa, 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 what? This is awesome,
That's a good word for it.
right? It's like learning to speak in reverse language, I guess.
Yeah.
Except that would still be a learning, whereas there's no learning in resetting yourself. It's literally undoing everything that you've wired into your system to
Mm-hmm.
go back to who you truly are. That's where the
Yes,
truth is in your being.
yes.
Yeah, great. And so we know how you felt before, nervous, and then we know how it felt like in the unknown when you did it. And how does it feel now? And what happened to you?
Okay. Well, I only had one audition series after the course because I finished this course a week and a half to 2 weeks, I think more like a week and a half before I got the audition request.
And just, I'm going to interrupt you because I'm so neurotic about the word. It's not a course. You didn't learn.
Yes, you're right. It was a journey.
It was a journey. It was your journey. So
I did.
after, like a week after you reset yourself, yes.
A week after I reset myself, I had this big audition opportunity and I didn't have time, a lot of pages, a lot of emotion. I didn't have time to figure things out and get all actory with it. And I don't even have those skills, like knowledge anyway. But it didn't give me a chance to get nervous because, and it, and it's not that it didn't give me the chance to get nervous. It gave me the opportunity to use what I learned to just be as instinctive. So I didn't have time to doubt myself. I didn't have time to, apply this technique or that. It was just being instinctive had to be enough. And that's where I got my confidence.
Wonderful.
And I just did it.
Yeah.
And I didn't
Perfect.
realize how much they liked it until I got, the callback, the callback, the callback, and I was like, wow, we're still going. I guess I'll just continue to be instinctive. And with people that reading that, I was like, wow. But it didn't intimidate me because I just came as me. You said something in the course that about embracing your humanity, and that if you don't do that, you're just a reader.
Yeah.
And I love that. So even when we goof up, that's what they relate to, and you laugh about it. Because I had so many flub-ups, like with technology and everything going on, and
yeah, everything is energy. You know what they'll relate to is you being a human. They can't relate to you repressing and hiding and pretending. They just can't. It's impossible because they're human beings themselves. If they were robots or fake things, they could relate to your faking. But no one can be touched by faking.
Yes.
You can't. Yeah. So when you are yourself, your true, whole, integrated, free, instinctive self, then yes, it goes beyond, it goes beyond, it goes inside, it touches us. Yeah, wonderful. And so you booked.
And I can't say that it was perfect. What's that? I'm sorry, it stopped for a little bit.
No, go ahead. You can't say that it was perfect.
I can't say that it was perfect when I was actually on set doing the role, because a wave of insecurity the first day hit me. Why am I here? Am I good enough? All that. So I didn't do it perfect. And I was really hard on myself for those scenes that we filmed that day because I was like, I wasn't free. I could have done this. I could have done that. And then I had someone share with me that what I was going through was actually related to what my character was going through. And that what got conveyed was not Dawn, but that feeling in the moment that I felt so awkward and inadequate. And I think it turned out better than if I would have brought like what I thought I should have brought.
because
Yeah.
that is what you do. You are able, oh boy,
Ooh, that was,
you're able to take your whole self.
yes.
You're able to bring in your whole self open. That doesn't mean you looking good and doing everything right. No. Or even being perfect, whatever that means. You are perfect. You are perfect when you're scared. You're perfect when you're nervous. You're perfect. You're perfectly human. So when you can embrace that humanity and give it to your character,
Yes.
then it's bingo. And bingo, you booked the lead
No,
in a feature, and that's huge.
it's
Yeah,
huge.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank
Great.
you. I'm so
Is there
happy.
anything that you would like to add?
Uh, Knowing your vision is really important, and speaking that out, I think that's really important, not to give too much away. And let's see, it's just not judging yourself, I would say.
Hmm.
If you judge yourself kindly,
Hmm. With love.
because we just tend to go to the negative side automatically.
Hmm.
And that's such a course of, I don't want to say failure, but it's a course of limited.
Hmm. Definitely. Definitely.
Mhm.
Great.
So thank you for giving us permission in the course to just fall and get up again. And yet while we're falling, like watch ourselves falling
Hmm.
and then watch ourselves rising and embrace both.
Yeah, yeah. And the reason I'm so neurotic about making sure people, even if you finish your reset and obviously you're working and you're feeling free and it's great, I'm so neurotic about people saying the course because I
Oh,
want
I'm
to.
so sorry. I said
No,
it during the
don't be
event.
sorry, but I'm happy to remind it to you.
Yes.
None of the power that you are feeling came from me. None
Yes.
of it. I
No.
didn't give you anything. You just put yourself through a reset during which you reminded yourself of what you
Yes.
always had and already knew. None
Good
of it
journey.
comes from me. So, and that's really
It-
crucial.
yes. It's like you cracked the shell. Feel
Yeah,
like you helped us crack the shell.
yeah, absolutely. Great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so
Thank you.
much, Dawn. It was
Thank
lovely to
you.
talk to you.
It's been a great
Let
journey.
me pause.